It is Wednesday, the best day of the week. This is OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, episode 344, the Full Court Press. Yes, man, I wanted to play that Rough Riders anthem, stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop, but that's all right. Nonetheless, you know the song, Rough Riders, the Under Armour crew is, infiltrating the PDX. They're setting up shop right in Nike, Adidas, Columbia, Keen, everyone else's backyard and saying, listen, we are here, we are loud and proud, and we're coming for that. What y'all say? Yes. They ain't playing around. They don't play around. They're not messing around. All that good stuff. So, nonetheless, man, Under Armour is not playing any games, not pulling any punches. They're taking it straight to the swoosh. Straight to 3 stripes. Straight to... No, let me stop. I'm just a little bit. It is Wednesday, the best damn day of the week. This is officially April 22nd, 2015, episode 344, the Full Court Press. Let's get straight to it. Go straight. Yes, we're going straight to the PDX. The one and only, the man from the 617 to the what? What do you call it, Joe? From the
617 to the 503. 503.
503.
I think this is the 503. Yeah, it's 503.
Yep.
What's going on, Disorderlies? How's everybody doing out there in the sneaker world? A lot of action this week. A lot of stuff going on in our industry. Yes, it was official. They launched it. Under Armour is expanding their space out here. The chatter's going on. So I think it's good stuff. Adidas trying to get some life into their brands. It's just, again, as Paper said, good times in the sneaker industry right now to be around and seeing all the good stuff. So we got the NBA playoffs going on. We got the hockey playoffs going on. We got the football schedules being launched. We got kids playing soccer. We got running. We got shorts. We got tan legs. We got everything. We got CrossFit games going on. I mean, it's just good times right now. So get up out your seat, get away from that TV, and wear your kicks.
Absolutely.
Put that cake down, fat boy. Get outside.
Let's go straight to the one and only professor himself, Paper Chaser in the building. Double salute. What's up, man?
What's good? First and foremost, happy motherfucking birthday, D.
Thank you. Definitely feeling the love.
Word. So, as Jesse said, man, I'm so excited about what's going on right now in this industry. And I'm watching so many people sell off like thousands of dollars worth of their whole collections because they can't make any money off the resale anymore.
Yep. That restocking thing is killing the market.
So loving the place where some people are right now, where they are like stuck, and like I'm looking on sites like stores like Sole Supremacy. Shout out to Sole Supremacy. Where people are just straight selling these dudes their entire collections. Like, I don't want to play anymore. Take this ball.
Wow.
I'm done. I don't want to play.
It's a wrap.
And I mean, it's the bubble we saw back in 2003, 2004, maybe a little later, where so many people got fed up and frustrated and left because they didn't know where they stood with sneakers anymore. I can't sell them. I don't know which ones to buy. I don't know what to do. Everyone's fake. Everyone's backstabbing. Everybody's, like double crossing. It's that time again. Like, there's people who are really letting go of their entire inventories. They're like, take all this shit.
Right there. There you go. There's an example.
Yeah, but you're for different reasons.
Yeah, those are the boxes that are going. Those are going bye-bye real soon.
You're for different reasons.
Those are going bye-bye. As you can see,
these are going
bye-bye.
bye-bye.
A lot smaller if you needed. Yeah. There's nothing over there no more. It's gone.
Yeah, well, that's only because I'm getting sick and tired seeing them sitting there. So
I'm about to follow you guys pretty soon with
buy sneakers. Buy sneakers.
I'm not wearing it. It's not in here.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So, we're in a really good place right now, a really good time where people are cashing out and they're going to collect stamps, baseball cards, whatever else it is they can do to kind of get some notoriety and claim for themselves.
This is not for you. This is not a child's game. This is not for you. Stay in your lane.
And as a segue to that too, I also have to give a shout out to Greg and Ian and George and Matt and all the good folks over at Nice Kicks who featured me in the Ask a Sneakerhead segment that came out a couple of days ago.
Congratulations
really
on that. That was dope.
Yeah, people are loving a lot of the comments that I made on behalf of what we stand for here in OSD, and we actually do have some new fans now because of that interview, because they didn't realize some of the things that I mentioned in that interview were the things that are affecting this industry so negatively and affecting the cultural aspect just as negatively. I mean, the sneaker mom is a problem. She's a real epidemic.
Sneaker mom?
The sneaker mom is a real epidemic. She's a problem.
Wow.
And, you know, I was so happy that Nice Kicks gave me the vehicle to kind of really express and break that down, as well as even, you know, the quality of leather, you know, and that's one of the things that, you know, we're pleased to be able to be in a position to learn is some of those things from the industry insiders about the things that are really affecting change in the business, like the quality of actual real leather, you know,
right.
And the shift between why brands chose synthetic over real and who's really using the shoes for what purpose and all of that stuff. Like, we've been so ahead of the curve and exposed to that stuff and being able to teach this stuff to people for so long that now it looks like it's really starting to grab hold with people. And I again, it's a fun time for sneakers. I enjoy this time. Like, I'm happy when I see people going, man, I don't want to wear all them shoes no more. Oh, well, you really didn't want to wear all them shoes no more, or you really can't sell all those shoes anymore? Which one? Because I never saw you wearing them.
Ever.
I never saw you wearing them, but I've seen you selling them. So which one is it?
Or I've seen you taking pictures of them as a stylist all of a sudden.
Right. Yeah. I've seen you doing those hypebeast style layouts.
I saw them on Instagram, but they gone now, huh?
But I've never seen you wearing them, actually. So, you know, from a business side, people are jockeying for position at a level where it's like it's back to the time where it's pump up and air out, even though Reebok's not even a player in this anymore. We're back in the time zone again. We're back in that time frame and frame of mind again where brands are attacking and jockeying for position.
It's great.
And on the cultural side, we got people who are cashing in their chips because they don't want to play anymore. Game's not going their way. Can't pay their rent anymore. They got to go get real jobs. So
we only doing custom gear now anyway, you know.
Oh man.
Custom joggers, custom sweatshirts, you know. Custom team sweatshirts from the OE, maybe, possibly, you know.
OE? Wow.
I'm just saying.
OE.
I'm saying just that custom placed out there in the middle of the country.
Oh man, he's pulling out the bullseye.
That exclusive warehouse that you can't get hold of yet.
Was my camera live? I didn't know.
Hashtag show off.
Real.
What up, boys?
What up?
What's happening? Sorry for the lateness. Got done with the workout. Had to cook a healthy dinner.
Show off.
Yeah. Your boy is down 3%.
Oh.
What was that? You down what?
We lost you in the Matrix. You got to do that again.
Yeah, the Matrix didn't want me to tell y'all that I was 3 percentage points down in body fat.
I'm done with this guy.
Showing off, dude. Showing off. I ain't lying. I'm showing off. Hold on. I'm gonna just carry my sword the rest of the show. I think I'm joking.
I didn't even talk to him.
You're tough right now.
And again, I have to talk to him because I need his help on something, so I gotta be.
Hey, I got you covered on that. I'm gonna send you a little mock-up this evening.
I'm so upset with him. Like, And you see he keeps stretching out to show us the branding on his T-shirt.
What?
I see it.
Never.
I've seen it in the Instagram post.
Never. Here, if y'all want me to take that off, I'll just wear this one.
That's funny.
I'm down to rep, but I just, we can't rep an Instagram
Going back into the shop here in about a week. I will have something for you.
I'm just saying. I don't even look at his sneakers on Instagram no more. All I can focus on was a tag, that little ridiculous goods and clothing tag on the bottom of his pants. I'm like, this motherfucker. Got custom pants on. Not alone the dope Pegasus, but he had to put his custom pants in there too.
He's a show off.
Damn it.
I'm not. I just don't have anything else to wear, Paper.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else to convenient.
I don't have anything else to wear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Quiet birthday, boy.
So Pete,
Yes, sir.
what I have to be honest, I haven't been paying close attention to these sneaker stocks as of late. Have you been
Yes, I have.
took a look
And
today?
I'm about to read the results off to everyone in a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a very interesting day.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of shake up. I mean, this is the quarter where this is April, so this is the time a lot of numbers from companies are, hitting the street, and people are saying either buy or sell or hold or all that good stuff.
Well, let's have fun, shall we?
Okay.
So, here's what we're doing. Our usual weekly stock watch for the 10 stocks that we watch here only on OSD Live. D is still hovering 2 weeks later around that point. Nike finished at $100.15 per share, down 14 cents per share on the day. Skechers. Wonder how Meb did in the marathon on Monday. How did he do?
He fourth. Yeah, exactly.
So the fourth place finish only helped because Skechers finished at $75.84 per share, up $1.03 on the day.
Wow. In the day.
Vanity Fair Corporation, VF Corp, parent company for Vans, North Face, Timberland, and many others, finished at $73.91 per share, down 42 cents on the day.
Okay.
Under Armour finished at $82.27 per share, down $1.25 per share. Deckers Outdoor Corporation. If anyone is still wearing Uggs at this point in the day and the season, kill yourself. They finished at $72.59 per share, actually up 13 cents per share today. Foot Locker Incorporated finished at $60 even, down 8 cents per share in a day. Adidas AG on the OTC market finished at $40.12 per day, $40.12 per share, down 72 cents per OTC market. Puma on the ETR market finished at $199.15 in euros. Get this gain.
Wow.
$9.60.
The announce of their Ignite footwear over really big with Bolt.
$9.60 in euros, a gain on the day. eBay on the NASDAQ finished at $56.75 per share, up 33 cents per share. And last but not least, Finish Line on the NASDAQ finished at $25.44, up 56 cents per share. So once again, once a week, every Wednesday, broadcast live, OSD, OG Sneaker Talk Show. We highlight how these 10 sneaker stocks did in the day's trading. Only here, OSDLive.com. So, what are we thinking, D? You originally made a prediction about 3 or so weeks ago.
Yeah.
At 100, and what was the number for Nike stock? 100 and what? You believe there's going to be a split again?
102?
102.
I gotta keep a better track of that. So I mean, they've been hovering, they've been teetered, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, down 14 cents today. So, but you know what? The big noise of the day, obviously, outside of Puma on the ETR market, which we saw. I mean, that's a huge jump. I mean, we're talking $9.60, in euros. That's, oh my goodness, I don't even know what the conversion would be. I'd have to go and look that up. But nonetheless, the big noise, the big scream on the street definitely was Under Armour, basically saying that they're going to set up a design shop out there in good old, South Portland, and they actually reported a 30%, increase in numbers in terms of sales for the quarter. So they're taking the fight straight at Nike and straight at Adidas. We know that. We've been talking about that. I mean, Steph Curry's had an unbelievable season. So just as we've been talking about it, and certainly Ridiculous has shown all of us and the viewers, all the people that watch the show, the big shop out there in his backyard, Under Armour, and they're opening even more. They're opening one in downtown Chicago, right on Michigan Avenue. So, again, Under Armour is not playing around. They're taking it straight to everybody. And you know what? I like it. I really like it.
Good luck.
I mean, the only thing we saw that was kind of reminiscent was when obviously Under Armour was bidding for Kevin Durant. We know, okay, they didn't win that battle, but look what Steph Curry has done this year. Now this is spring is finally here. Spring in North America. You have track. You have the upcoming Women's World Cup, and believe it or not, we're going to see Under Armour on a lot of the women on the U.S. women's national team. Some surprises because everyone thinks they're all about Nike and Adidas, but there's some women on the team that do rock with UA. So.
And again, I think what Papers talked about before, their lack of boutique presence has everybody fooled into thinking that they aren't making moves.
Right.
And when I walked into Shields, my big retailer here, the regional retailer. Under Armour is gearing up for the Olympics. All of their ads on the women's side are sponsoring these talented, powerful women who are going to be on a global stage in a year from now. Shantae McMillan is one who actually graduated from the University of Nebraska. She's a hometown girl right here. And she's a U.S. heptathlete, and she's featured prominently all over the store, wearing the new Charge, wearing, all the new gear. They are aiming squarely at the bullseye, and to them that bullseye is this big. They're hitting it every time.
Man.
They know what they're going for. They're like, seriously, take the hype beast, take the boutiques, because they're not really moving the needle. And I know sneakerheads and people who love sneakers and have collections, they don't want to hear that. But that's not the majority of the business. It's not moving the needle.
Nope. Keep
Yes,
taking
what are you seeing
our sneaker lovers
out there in Portland at this point, Jesse? At this point, you're seeing, I mean, this is the time, and you've had a mild winter for the most part.
Everybody, like I was telling you before, the shakeup with it all started with those three guys leaving Nike the way they did.
Okay.
Adidas committing to realizing that they're losing and how they're going to try to reshuffle, and they still don't really know how to do that internally because there's still some people there that are like, I don't even want to go over there because their internal stuff is just not where it needs to be. So they're not going to catch Under Armour right now. And Under Armour is like, we have the momentum. I'm going to put this in the language that's being thrown around out here now. You need to be mindful of the energy in the industry right now. Be mindful of what you're putting out there and understand what's going on. Okay. You have people selling collections. You have people not buying shoes. You have people wanting to fight you, or not fight you, but stick up for something besides the craziness that you get at these sneaker releases. And here's Under Armour focusing on athletes, focusing on sports, focusing on energy, focusing on lighter, focusing on fun. Not the rest of this hype, but stuff that people who may not have a lot of money are actually doing. I'm going to the park with my kids. I'm going to the gym with my girls.
Yep.
I'm doing this and that. I'm trying to find out how I can be a part of this without feeling like I have to be some other brand's model.
And not only that, track season rolls around. Even that mom who can't afford a lot of things goes and buys her kid a pair of running shoes because coach says he needs a pair of running shoes. There's there's dollars that are being spent that have nothing to do with the hype.
You know, we all watched Sonny Vaccario's State of 30, right?
Yeah.
The new Sonny Vaccario is Under Armour, and whoever is paying, there's a Sonny Vaccario for Under Armour, and you might want to find out who that is because they're doing the exact same for them that he did for Nike. There's somebody telling Under Armour right there, right there, right there. Keep it moving, then right there, and then go right there. Somebody's pulling those strings. I don't think it's Kevin Plank, but Kevin Plank knows when to listen to somebody that's smarter than he is. You know what I mean?
So Under Armour has been smart by attracting some key designers, some key marketers from a Nike, from Adidas, from Reebok. We probably can sit here and easily name off 6 or 8 people who have made the move from any of those companies and gone to work at Under Armour.
And how many of those companies that you said can you name are actually still committed to sports right now, though? None of them.
Well, that's because lifestyle is so big. I mean, let's look at how people walk around wearing track, right? Track or workout inspired clothing, right? I could walk out my house down the street and be at a super Walmart, and guaranteed I can count the athletic apparel. And these are people that are not working out.
Right.
Like, these are people that need to work out but aren't working out. You know?
It's like, the new pajamas.
Exactly.
It's the new I can leave my house in a hurry pajamas. It is.
There's actually now, I don't know what it's officially called, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's actually called
athleisure.
Athleisure is the term I've heard from the companies that are marketing strictly to females.
Right.
The broad term that I've heard for this this trend of the fitness lifestyle, this fitness lifestyle segment. I can't remember the term offhand. Just that quick, it was in my head, and then you said that, and I lost it. But
my bad.
No, it's totally good. That's what happens with age. But there's a concentrated effort now to create product for that look.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And it started with women, but now it's been with men in general. So now it's become an overall category where companies are actually focusing on the look of looking like you just came from working out, even when your ass just got up.
But you have brands like Lulu. I mean, let's look at what they
Athleta's killing it.
Right.
And Athleta's killing it because they're marketing toward women with more natural, real bodies. You know, they're not. You're not gonna do your stretch and bend pretzel stuff. These bodies are real. They got hips. They got breasts. They're marketing and they're taking hold because these women look like other women and they can identify with that.
Right.
Just last week we saw Nike say, you know what, we're going even further in and going after the women's market with a whole new campaign. Serena Williams being, one of the faces of their new marketing campaign geared towards women. And guess what? Serena Williams is all real.
Yep.
Serena Williams she's tall, she's muscular, she's got hips, she's got ass. There's nothing small about her, and that's on purpose.
Yeah, but that's going to have a negative effect. Not every woman's going to look like her.
The woman's market is starting to segment. The women's market is starting to segment between
I agree.
the woman who's soft and yoga-ish and bar 3 and spinning versus the woman who's actually doing CrossFit, lifting weights. That's got a little more muscular look. That is now splitting.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so the brands are going to have to figure out which way they're going to go.
My wife is the same way.
Right.
As soon as we got an Athleta in town, my wife refused to do anything else because she literally was looking at the catalog and she said this out loud. They look like me. They look like they actually went to work out. So she spends her dollars at Athleta, hands down.
So with that being said, we just hinted on the level of distraction among the brands. While that's going on, have you guys seen what I've just posted? If you would highlight that, please.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A company that outsold a global company by $1.2 billion is now starting to tickle the pond on the other side.
Absolutely.
And Under Armour signed upcoming Manchester United star Memphis Depay.
That's
Yeah, it was
huge.
huge.
That's huge.
Now this happened back on February 27th,
But the news is only hitting now.
That's massive.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's not think.
I mean, this is so bad. This is so bad for Adidas. This is
That's
so
massive.
so bad. Like, literally, you have people that have trusted you for years that are turning on you like, y'all don't know what you're doing.
That's
Like,
massive.
Literally, like, why else would you switch from somebody you've gone with for years in your own country?
Right.
Right.
He left
You own.
he
And
left
they're like,
Adidas.
"Peace."
He left Adidas and went to Under Armour while all of these companies are trying to figure out how to make people look like they worked out.
Exactly. I'm telling you, this is what they
Under
do.
Armour is the only company who has consistently for the last 5 to 7 years, maybe more, said, just keep doing what you do. We got you covered.
And trust, again, on a low-key level where people don't like to look, because in this particular country, it is not a marquee sport, is track and field. Under Armour now outfits top to bottom, Texas Tech, Notre Dame. These kids are going to these schools because there's a storeroom full of Under Armour Charge running shoes. The Gemini is there. That is the team shoe for Texas Tech. And it looks fantastic when they all come walking in. They are making moves on the true athletic level. There's no truer sports in terms of all you do is run, track, and soccer.
Yep.
And if they're signing people at that base level of sports, there's a T-shirt that says, "My sport is your sport's punishment." When you in basketball and you get in trouble, they make you run. I just show up to practice and run. Shit. They're getting people at the base sports level where every other sport is built on these sports. It's crazy.
So it's interesting that other brands are distracted by trying to do all of this, look like you work out, look like you're physically fit, and UA is hitting everybody right where it counts with the pure hardcore performance. Like I said before, I've had people at boutiques ask me, how can I get an Under Armour account? And I looked at them and shook my head going, really? Seriously? You getting ready to start having yoga classes in the back with the sneakers on or something? You ready to set up spin classes? Is that what you getting ready to do? Because it's the only way you get an Under Armour account, and I don't see it happening. So people are trying to grab at this brand. They're trying to get this brand to lose its focus and buy cool. And everybody else is playing that game. And even though Nike's big, they're losing traction. And even though Adidas is global, they just got their ass kicked by a company that's local. So
they got their ass kicked and they're still getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, the foot is still in there behind if you're Adidas. The foot is
I mean, yo, Under Armour is trying to put some distance right now. Like, that's clearly what's going on.
And if you noticed, the playoffs are still here for NBA. The hottest player in basketball, arguably, is still playing, while a lot of marquee athletes for other brands are not.
Major marquee athletes.
Luckily, Derrick Rose is still playing, or Adidas would really be put out the pasture. Because Damian Lillard's not even playing up to his potential. He's getting his butt kicked in this series. But Nike's got so many people wearing Nike shoes, it's like, so? So what?
You know, it's shaping up to come down to the ultimate on-court play once again. Steph Curry in Golden State versus LeBron. Nike versus Under Armour on the biggest stage you got. It'll be freaking great.
Now, if that happens, that's going to be a win for Under Armour because
absolutely,
we've already had finals versions of LeBron's. Okay, a Kyrie finals version, that may do something because the price point is adequate. But truth be told, the price point is similar to the Curry one. So if it comes down to a battle between just the Kyrie shoe and the LeBron shoe, I'm going to say and a Steph Curry shoe, Kyrie's gonna lose.
Well, and not only that, I know that expectations, and when you're in that corporate boardroom, it's percentage book beyond last year, upsell, upsell, upsell. All Under Armour got to do is get a seat at the table. They can play the little guy and say, "We're just glad to be here. We made it all the way. We ran the gauntlet. Us too." That's all they need to do right now is just be in the room because they're not expected to be. So the margin of improvement that they've done based on where they've come from, that's how you measure it. Their margin of improvement versus a Nike or an Adidas or one of the bigger brands, they've made more strides to get to where they're at. Nike's expected. Adidas is expected. Under Armour's like, look where we came from, and we still in the same room with y'all. That's all we need right now.
And to push your point another way, Steve, just look at how we started this conversation about Under Armour setting up shop in Portland. They just need to be at the table.
We just need to be here, and it's more impressive for us to be here.
And I'll put it. Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
It's the analogy I was going to give is like an athlete qualifying for state. You know, the state leader is supposed to be there, but that little kid who popped a big one on their last jump or hit the last shot when they weren't supposed to be there, the underdog getting into the room, getting into the championship is far more impressive. They could go there and tank. They could go there and lose horribly, but they were there when the other brands were expected.
And not to get off topic, because I'm out here and you know I like to bring you guys fresh information from being here. And we talk culture, and we talk people, and we talk states, and we talk what's going on in the world. There is gentrification going out here in Portland. There's developers building apartment buildings left and right. You know, and realize that you know Nike said no, we're not going to build a campus downtown to attract people. We're going to expand out in Beaverton. And Under Armour said, well, we're going to come into downtown Portland and take over an entire spot so that when those buildings go up, all of those kids that don't want to go to Maryland have a new place to go. Like there's so many, we all know so many designers and people that are like, I don't necessarily want to live in Maryland either, but I can't get into the swoosh and Adidas sucks. Oh, shoot, wait a minute. I mean, yo, trust me, those conversations are happening. Those conversations are going to start happening, and from what I was told, like I think I've said this before, when we started talking about this, and you look at what Under Armour's trying to do and what they're about to do, just look at a 10-year span and run the calculated numbers on your career. Steve shook his head because somebody like Steve told me to do the same thing. Run the span of the next 10 years in a career for career growth, opportunity, and excitement.
And watch what happens.
You know what I'm saying? It's written on the wall. It's written on the wall.
I think it's really interesting that for the last few weeks, we've heard nothing about the traction Adidas tried to gain during All-Star Weekend with Kanye West. That's kind of went away.
It vanished.
It's a poof.
Oh my God! The talk of that shoe disappeared. Because those kind of shoes.
And quietly, what was swept under the rug was all the people who called Adidas and complaining about the zipper breaking.
You know what happened? It's bad when your wife doesn't wear your own sneakers and opts for some Nike Roche runs.
That's true.
That's when you know something is wrong.
That's them underlying factors.
Your mother-in-law rocked them, but your own wife won't rock your sneakers?
Well, Kim did wear them at the opportune times on the first couple of days of release. She did.
More recently, she's been photographed out in public, not working out either, not just the workout outfits. We're talking out in public. And she opted for some Nikes over Adidas. I mean, come on, like that's like you know, Mrs. Curry, Aisha, rocking some Nike or some Adidas sneakers while the baby is wearing, you know, Curry ones. I mean, let's be honest.
Adidas has gotten in bed with some people whose movements are bigger than them. Adidas didn't expect to crash as hard as they have. You know what I mean? Like I mean, we all discussed Kanye a little bit.
We've talked about it.
Kanye is growing, and I think Kanye's got something going on here that's bigger than Adidas. You know what I mean? And so I don't think they're going to keep up, but he's going to stick with them because they give him access.
But even still, I don't know that he's moving the needle in the way they need.
Right. No, he's not, because they don't know how to transfer the energy. They don't know how to track that energy to their offices and say, hey, we are a sports company first. We had traction in those areas, and nobody wants to go to Adidas to have anything to do with sports, because you're not going to be able to manage my career. You're not going to be able to put me in a position to affect the sports that I care about.
But what I think is the problem on the whole is that, again, Kanye is an entertainer. Mm-hmm. These sports brands getting in bed with these entertainers are not moving the needle like they think they are.
That's played out.
Yeah, it's well played out.
Well, here's my question for Adidas. Anyone who's watching at Adidas right now, because you've heard us say what is being said before a while ago, but you've also heard us say that Boost is the hottest technology in the last couple of years in the pair of shoes.
And you know the mistake that they made?
Don't say it, Steve. Don't say it.
Okay, because you know where I'm going with it.
I do know where you're going. I'm
looking dead at what you're about to go to.
I'm looking in the camera now. I'm asking Adidas this question: why are you not putting these shoes on some of your top performers, making noise?
Okay.
It's true. And my question leading up to exactly that: you are now in an Olympic cycle. This is the pre-Olympic cycle. This year is when people are starting to come out of the woodwork, make their moves, go into their training camps. This weekend, Teddy Tomgo, an Adidas-sponsored athlete, is coming to Drake Relays. He is the world champion triple jumper. He's bringing 3 other people from France. This is international again. So now, while track might not be big in this country, around the globe, this is huge news that Teddy Tomgo
That's where they got started.
Is coming to the Midwest. So when you launched the Yeezy, and it had Boost in it, but they didn't play that part up and all that. That weekend, Pape, you remember I posted the picture. For the price of 1 pair of Yeezys, I got 2 pair of Ultra Boost. Their marquee shoe that they were trying to market coming into running season.
Yep.
And they overshadowed themselves with momentary hype that has now died off.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they're sitting on a gold mine with this shoe. All of their top technologies in one running shoe, and it's massive. People who try it on lose their damn mind. But you got to get them to try it on. Meanwhile, they were all about All-Star Weekend and the hype of this.
They were about broken zippers.
Yeah.
I have one thing to say about Adidas. Just one thing. And I'm not going to talk about Adidas no more, besides the fact that, I'm not even going to talk about that because we keep beating it in a dead horse, and they're not doing very good. The only thing I have to say about Adidas is just this. Stella McCartney.
That's it. Yep.
That's all I have to say. I'm not going to say no more.
I drop Kanye in a heartbeat.
The only thing associated with Adidas is Stella McCartney. Straight up.
Don't say any more. Don't say any more.
I'm done.
Don't say any more. Say no. Yo, as Money and Violence says, which is the hot web series going on right now, say no more.
Man, I'll drop Kanye in a heartbeat for Stella McCartney, boy.
Say no more.
They don't even have... I'm stop.
Say no more, Jesse. Say no more.
Stella, that fire.
So again, it is an awesome time in the sneaker business with all the things that are going on.
Awesome.
I don't remember enjoying this time this much when it happened a few years ago, 5 to 7 years ago. I don't remember having this much fun with this phase. Did you?
I just think we have a better perspective now.
It's true, but I don't remember enjoying it this much. And before it was more dramatic in some ways because people were fighting with each other and people were airing each other's dirty laundry and double crossing each other for sneakers. And
I think that's coming.
Yeah,
I think it's not too late for that.
Actually, you're right because D, while I'm talking about this, if you could pull up a screenshot of this, it's over on the Hypebeast is where I saw it. Shout out to them. But we all know Kyle Yamaguchi pled pled down his sentence for his involvement in the money laundering scheme.
Yep.
And the stolen sneaker scandal, which netted about $680,000 or more total. But the other two gentlemen in the case, who originally were planning on taking their case to court, have settled.
Yeah.
They have pled guilty. Now, I'm going to look in the camera and say this.
Do it.
As part of the settlement, Mr. Fung Ho and Jason Keating are going to give up the names of every person they sold PEs to.
Yeah. That's just...
Oh, they're rolling on you. They're rolling on you.
That's just
roll on them.
Yeah. It's just straight. It's just straight. Like,
I hope that
I'm gonna help my brother out right here before we go any further. They are going to give names, receipts, and transaction tracking information.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if you have them or not. Just
That's
saying.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yep. There we go on screen.
Oh my
God.
God.
Defendants plead guilty to selling over $680,000 in rare Nikes.
If you did not read it, you can watch this show, and we just told you what you need to read.
Let me read it again. Leave it right there, D. I'm going to read it again. Okay?
Oh, man.
So dirty.
I'm going to read this. Okay?
it's dirt. This is just straight. This is Dirty Sanchez.
Yep. So, it says, Tung Wing Ho and Jason Keating have entered guilty pleas in the federal criminal case concerning their involvement in an illegal cross-country shoe trafficking scheme. In court, the co-conspirators acknowledged their guilt to the charge of conspiracy to transport, receive, and sell stolen goods, and are now awaiting their sentencing later this year. As part of their guilty package, the government has dropped the outstanding charges, which included wire fraud. In return, Keating must provide the prosecutors the names of his customers during the operation, coupled with the final purchase amounts of the respective deals. He is also required to relinquish an additional $97,000 he earned from the sales. Ho will be giving up $50,000 of his personal earnings as part of such fraudulent transactions. The prosecutors will now proceed to pursuing a penalty that mandates 1 year and a day in jail for the defendants. Name 8. They went Whitney Houston, showing receipts.
He is also required to relinquish an additional... Oh, wait a minute. Where'd it go? Keating must provide prosecutors the names of his customers during the operation, coupled with the finest purchase amounts of the respective deals.
For people who don't know what that means, hood terms on the street, we call that receipt of stolen property.
Whoa! Great. If you are a PE collector and I know you, I hope you're not on this list. That's all I'm saying.
No, you know what the messed up thing is, paper? What's going to happen? So, for example, what if... No, I can't even. I'm not even going to go there.
I know what you're about to say. Don't even say it. But
yeah.
This second wave of what happened is because Kyle Yamaguchi, when he pled guilty during his cooperation,
right,
he gave them detailed accounts, transactions, and notes on everything that took place.
There's a notebook. I was told by someone who supposedly knows Kyle very well. He kept a notebook, a la Mafia style. Well, Mafia didn't write. Mafia's believe you don't write things down. You keep it in your head. But supposedly there's a book. There's like a ledger with all the names of people that these guys were dealing with. And again, the markup, what he would sell it to Keating for, what Keating would mark it up for, and all this other stuff. So it's going to get really bad, and I really hope I don't see anyone's name on that list that I and we know.
Very seriously, I sincerely hope that, because it's going to be ugly. And
Yeah.
I heard Homeboy created a PowerPoint. I mean, you talk about, like, we need to know exactly how it went down over the boat, where it came from, how many you had, what truck did you use, like, PowerPoint presentation of how the operation was.
The word is that Nike wanted to know the entire process. They wanted to know exactly how this could go on for so long, and they not detect it.
I mean, they're so. Let's be honest. Nike is so.
So that's gonna go backwards at it too, right? So not only are the resellers or whoever, but I don't think it's done at Nike either. They're hunting for more people.
Other employees that are definitely going to go down with this thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen,
absolutely.
You can easily, after this is over, expect more Nike employees to jump out the window.
Sad. It's really sad.
I think social media is going to let us know how this plays out soon.
Oh yeah, you said it. You said it.
Alan, you know how it's going to play out? It's going to be a whole lot of Instagram pictures missing.
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is going to be updates. It's going to be a lot of people. Photos is going to go from 1,000 to 23.
Yep.
Family photos and food. That's it.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
You'd be like, wait a minute, this guy was bragging about Jordans. Now it's Chubby Kid Adventures?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
He primarily sold LeBrons, right? He didn't sell no Jordans.
Nope, not LeBrons. Nope.
Everything.
Oh, he did everything.
Everything.
Everything. They had access to Jordans, Nike basketball, LeBron, baseball,
stuff for the college teams.
Exactly. Like they had access to every facet. I mean, the only thing I don't think they probably got to was equestrian, and that's because you know.
Oh man.
But it's crazy.
If you are a PE collector, we here at OSD, if we know you personally, we hope your name isn't on that list.
I mean, there's such a tidal wave that's happening from this too, and so when you talk about the fact that Nike wants to know exactly how it went down, there's some person or people that just made the whole system harder because you had to understand the systems of how they move stuff through their supply chain.
Right.
And so now, even getting a simple job like working with the numbers to put stuff into the supply chain system is going to get scrutinized like you wouldn't believe because...
Well, even the very process to make a sample has changed ever since this happened. The process has changed completely on the protocol for making a sample now for these kind of shoes. It changed completely.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the sample, that changed, and they actually put security stuff in the... I mean, they literally physically changed every single one of their buildings. Every building that has product right now has an armed guard and electrical security.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And all of this because people out there were led to believe that PE shoes are better than every other shoe there is. Really?
But it has initials on it, paper. But paper, it got initials on the same colorway as the But it got a number.
But still, the overall perception that, you know, and this is not everybody that collects PEs, but there's a lot of guys who collect PEs that feel like they're better than everybody else who's into shoes because they have PEs and they pay thousands of dollars.
I'm gonna mute myself.
And the issue is really, with this being exposed, how do we know they were really PEs or they just made these shoes to cater to these guys' egos? Because if I know it's that simple to just mock up a shoe, I'll make a D. Wells PE right now. Be like, this
do that.
Yo, can I get a birthday PE, D. Wells?
Yo,
I'll make a D. Wells happy birthday PE and be like, yeah, D was playing badminton down in Quincy, Mass with these shits right here. Nobody got these. $7,000.
Make sure you sell them and it's not in his size either. It got to be a D. Wells that comes out in the size 7.
Like, there's somebody really sitting in their shoe room right now looking at that PE going, I just got played to the 9th degree. I got beyond played.
There are players out there who are going, I never got those shoes.
Wow.
Whose are they?
I don't have them.
Players are sitting there going, damn, I wish I'd have got that colorway. I'd have wore those.
Yeah.
So the fact that these guys were able to the tune of almost $700,000 and probably more, to the tune of $700,000 almost, get away with this and cater to a market which is really small. It's a small amount of people in that PE market. $700,000 almost. They were really getting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they were getting him long enough that he could get the job, get promoted, and pick the person that's going to be in the job behind him. That's
Exactly.
a long fucking time.
And wait, and if you're Kyle, you thumb your nose at the system by making a pair of glasses called look-see.
Yeah. that was like, even when he started that company, I remember having this conversation with Scott, and I was like, yo, why is he calling his company Look-See when he's the dude that just, was making all the Look-See sneakers? Like, is that smart? And he was doing the colorways, the glasses with the same color as the sneakers, and that was the whole selling point. And I'm like, that may not be a smart move there, homie.
It was too cocky. It was too cocky. To Monday morning quarterback that situation, D, you're right. He was too cocky.
Yeah, well, okay, as you say, he's paying the price.
That's funny too, because if you think about all the interviews that were done with him when Sole Doctor went up in his apartment, and you saw those boxes behind his couch, not one of them boxes were actual. They were all sample boxes. I remember looking at and being like, "Yo, he's got a bunch of sample boxes. Like, why are you doing a story on someone that got a bunch of samples? That's not." Yeah. Okay.
And again, it goes to people being so cocky with sneakers. It's like, if you're not doing this with some kind of purpose, some kind of feeling, some kind of passion behind it, and it's all about a chest bump and an ego stroke, it's going to catch up with you. It's going to catch up. We've seen it happen at least 3 times in our lifetime. We've seen it happen. And we're seeing it happen again. Like I said, anybody follow Soul Supremacy on Instagram, which is my favorite store to follow now besides Rift LA. Because Rift LA shows you all the guys who go and spend thousands of dollars in their store, and Soul Supremacy shows you all the shoes they just paid thousands of dollars for from people. I love watching those two. People cashing their chips.
True.
It's hard out here for a pimp. So, we're gonna keep watching, but again, we seriously, and I'm going to say this on behalf of everybody here on OSD, because I know y'all all feel the same way we do. We hope that nobody we know, your name is on that list. Really hope so.
You see my face?
What's that?
You see my face?
Yeah, we see your face.
All right.
All right. So to round this out, Kadoma couldn't be with us tonight, but the news is out that the next installment of the H-Town Sneakers Summit, the summer edition, this being, what is it, the 11th or 12th year? I can't remember. It's been going so long. But the H-Town Sneakers Summit's next installment will be Sunday, July 26, 2015. At the Energy Center, 3 to 8 p.m. You will have more than enough fair warning to get there if you plan on attending this event that I hear a lot of people constantly say, yeah, I got to get to that. H-Town Sneaker Summit is one that you want to experience. So you head over to sneakersummit.com. You'll get all your information on the event, getting tickets, which are available also on Eventbrite. And you also hear about your hotel and travel accommodations, some of which are usually discounted in partnership with the event. I don't know of any other event that does that. If they do, they've been doing a horrible job promoting it. But the Sneaker Summit crew are the only ones I know who, for a while now, have discounted hotel rates and travel rates at some carriers. So they're making it easy for you. Get down there. I haven't been down in a while, so I'm planning on attending. So anyone who wants to go, you're welcome to coordinate, as Pops would say, with me. But I will.
You got to roll out for real. I was thinking the same thing earlier.
I will be at this one, come hell or high water, or walking for charity. I'll walk to Houston for charity. I'll be a fool, but I'll walk to Houston for charity. I think I can do it.
I'll walk to Houston Street in New York.
Oh, man. All right. So, with that being said, it's time to wrap up episode 344, Full Court Press. You've heard us share what the day's trading on sneaker stocks were. You heard us go in at length about state of the climate in business and culture for sneakers, and you've also heard us remind you of the upcoming H-Town Sneaker Summit event. So, Disorderlies, we're going to go down the row. If anyone has anything they want to put out there through the social media channels that people should check out, by all means, now would be the time to do so. We'll start with Jesse, since he's on the left coast, and I hope everyone reads left to right in America anyway. We'll start with Jesse.
Nothing right now. Definitely got some things bubbling. Keep your eyes peeled. JesseRaljr.com. I'm working with some great creative talent out here in Portland, and we're trying to help them put their city on the map. We're talking about music production. We're talking about photo production, video production. We're trying to tighten it up and really bring it to the masses on both coasts. So I'm glad to be associated with some talent out here, and hopefully cultivating some of that to bring to the masses. So just keep looking out.
Are you for hire?
Always.
All right.
Always.
E. Wells, birthday boy. What you doing over there?
What am I doing? I'm looking at what's going on with all these Marvel-inspired sneakers. So that's what I was looking at, because all of a sudden I just I see that Adidas is rolling out some Avengers Boost collection sneakers.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about them until just now.
Yeah, the news just came out earlier today, I believe.
I didn't see that. Do you have a picture, D?
So I was pleasantly surprised by seeing these pop up just now in my email. So.
Yeah, I believe they're available now on adidas.com also.
Oh, wow.
So you've got Marvel teaming up with Adidas for Avengers Boost collection. So I thought this was pretty dope. I mean, you know, Avengers Age of Ultron, you know, film that's coming out in May. So
this is the only category. This is the shoe that they have. Good move. I hope it works.
What's the price tag on those?
That's a good question.
They're on the site?
They're previewed on the site. They're not available for sale yet, but they're previewed on the site.
Okay.
They're not available for sale until May 1st.
Let's see. Yeah, not yet. You're right.
Whatever.
What about that one? Remember that one I showed you?
Yeah, man.
So that's it for me right now. I've got a lot of, you know what? I've been doing a lot of video projects. I had a big promo video, stuff like that. So a lot of video, production stuff going on. And
what's up with the film festival, son?
Film festival went really well this past weekend. We showed four films, one of which was actually produced by the youth, the kids in Future Focus Co-op called Hunger.
Second year of Central Mass?
Yep, second year.
Nice.
So now we're gearing up for the fall, looking for a 2-day event in October.
Very nice, man.
We got to screen that laced up.
I know, absolutely. I got to hit up Sean and that whole team to make sure we get them up here for the Q&A and everything. So,
yep.
Good stuff in the works.
Hashtag Eat with Allen. What's going on, brother?
Exactly. Man.
Outside of eating? Nah. I'm here just trying to enjoy this weather, seeing what's going on this summer, staying out of trouble.
Have you created any new ID shoes lately that people can pull your pants leg about?
I have Adidas coming. I have 2 pairs of Adidas coming. One Stan Smith and one Superstar 80.
Okay.
Nice.
We on the lookout.
This will be my first ID Adidas. I like them. Well, I mean, I ain't get the actual sneaker yet, but anybody know how long it take? Because it didn't tell me.
I know when I did the My ZX Flux, it took 3 weeks.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, they're much quicker than Nike ID. Believe that.
Yeah, because I know New Balance was the fastest, right?
Yeah.
New Balance was the fastest. Yeah.
New Balance is 7 to 10 days on the 574.
Oh, okay.
Sure, make
Yeah,
sure
I'm
you find a
wondering-
photographer when you get them, dog, so we can see them.
Oh, yeah. Always do that.
Yeah, I'm wondering how fast it would take for those on the My Adidas for the tubular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve, you just came back off tour. You want to tell a little something about where you come from?
Man, I've been all around with coaching with track and field right now, in the field with these athletics. So out where testing kicks and gear and all of that. But constantly doing work, constantly doing branding, design work, identity work, amassing some fodder for stride and stance, and that will be after I'll probably really get into that next September. Get that rolling, but always gaining info and those kind of things. Constantly working, constantly going. So yeah, Ridiculous is out here.
Steve, that's your shirt behind you? Oh, sorry. Steve, that's your shirt behind you?
Which one, right there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's from a couple seasons ago. Yeah, that's when I was. I had to. Sometimes I'll pull back on the goods and cloth portion of Ridiculous because I don't want people to lose sight of the fact that I'm a brand consultant, and every now and again, then I pull that out as an example of why I'm a brand consultant, and put my own clothing brand into the forefront as a product, as a showroom, as a showcase of how exactly to market products from zero to the hands of a customer, and so I end up being patient zero when that happens.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, this is a cycle where I'll start bringing some of that stuff back in,
All right, well, I
in
like
September. Appreciate it, bro. Actually, what size you wear?
I'm a large.
I think that might be a large. I'll send that one to you.
All right, go check it out. I mean,
Cool.
you ain't got to do it now. But
Right now?
I was like, go find out if that's a large.
I'm sorry, Steve might not have heard me. New segment.
What'd you say?
Oh man.
You a clown, man.
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey.
D, when we gonna celebrate your birthday?
We're gonna celebrate real soon. Real soon.
All right, so before we wrap up, we got to thank everybody once again for watching From the Feet Up, episode 5, 4, 3. Feedback has been good. The interaction from the viewers has been good. Shout out to Network A. Shout out to the Disorderlies. Shout out to the viewers. I'll be recording another episode soon.
There you go.
After last Friday's Jordan Brand Classic, where Nicki Minaj pulled out those hideous Westbrook Zeros, I've been inspired. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, we'll get episode 6 out to you guys shortly. Thank you for all the feedback and the love on the Ask a Sneakerhead segment. And most importantly, again, thank you for everyone who watches this show, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder. Almost 8 years.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're still getting new followers and people who are just getting on to the show every day, even 8 years later, which is good. It's refreshing. Every now and then we hear people say, how long y'all been around? So thank you to everyone. Keep spreading the word. Keep watching. We're going to constantly continue to give you the raw and unfiltered take on the athletic footwear industry, sneaker culture, fashion, and overall stupidity wherever we see fit. So until that time, you can catch all of us through our social media outlets. We are not hard to find. We are real people, not mythical beasts. And give us a shout. So,
Real.
D Wells, we ain't got to go.
Yep, but we got to roll out.
We got to roll somewhere. We got to go.
Somewhere. You know, it's no longer 420, so you maybe not rolling up, but hey, that's on you if you choose to indulge.
Yep.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry, D. Before we go, last but not least,
Yes.
I sent it to you guys here. I can't remember if I included show, but I will if not. But shout out to Maceo De La Soul. Shout out to Plug 1, Plug 2 for their Kickstarter campaign, which is doing very well. And in celebration of that, they recently released a new joint called I Got It, Godit, featuring Nas.
Oh, yeah.
Check that out.
For real. For real, for real. So it's been good. It's been fun. Y'all make sure you come back and walk with us, talk with us next week for a brand new episode. This is episode 344, the Full Court Press. Thanks for tuning in for the Sole Doctors and Disorderlies. Till next week, keep your laces tied tightly, your tongue loose, and walk good. Peace.